The next thing we're going to move on to is Offset and this Bobbi Althoff thing. So Offset, Bobbi Althoff. Is it full interview out? Oh, it is out. Oh, it came out today. Perfect. So, yo, I really just don't know about this Bobbi Althoff character. It's like fucking me up because from what I'm being told, it's like, obviously it's like an act with her like doing whatever she's doing. But it's still working. And I'm wondering if I'm like, the train is already in motion, so everybody's just hopping on at every station she goes to. Because here's the reality of it. Drake gave her the initial clout. Drake don't fuck with her no more, okay? Like, you can stop speculating. He ain't fucking with her, okay? And I believe Drake ain't fucking with her because of Yachty. And I talked to Yachty. Yachty told me directly. Yachty said, Ak, I ain't gonna lie to you. She got big-headed on us, okay? Real talk. That's what he told me. To Ak, he didn't comment about why Drake deleted it. He just said, I'm going to be honest, I ain't fucking with her. She got big-headed on us. You know what I mean? When we kind of felt like we kind of helped her out type shit. Like, we gave you the ultimate alley-oop, and then she just got big-headed on us, right? Which you got to imagine Drake and Yachty are like Siamese twins these days. Drake is probably like, man, take my shit off there. If like, if remember she was on that show trying to play Yachty like he was a lame? Yeah. So they don't fuck with her no more, right? Yet she's still going around interviewing all the other popping people in the culture. She went to Tyga. She's at Offset now. And I'm wondering, are they fucking with her trying to just keep their clout up? Or because they saw Drake do it? Because, for example, if Drake shows up, it could be a homeless guy. If his first episode of his podcast has Drake on it, every artist in the game is going to want to get on the podcast, right? Just because, like, hey, Drake did it, I got to do it. Because it makes me look like I'm kind of as hot as Drake, right? Which are not, but still. Anyway, there was a summary or like a little clip that came out. Let's look at it. There's a clip that came out of this interview, which I thought was a little bit surprising because she put it out as well. And it was about Offset kind of having an exchange with her where Offset's kind of putting her in her place. Now, to be honest with you, she's in like this interesting place now where I think culture is ready to switch up on her. Like, we're just tired of the mayo. I'm sorry. Salute to my white people there, but we're tired of the mayo. And people are just doubting why does she even have this opportunity and access to these artists when we all know that, like, what she's doing is like funny Marco shit. Like, but she's not even doing it as well. And finally we saw someone kind of, at least in a clip, give her what the fans been wanting, which is like, kind of like humble her a bit. And this was the clip right here with Offset and her.
You do. That's the question.
I interview people.
Why?
Because I want to get to know them.
Why do you want to get to know me?
I didn't.
You did.
Your team reached out to mine.
Don't cap. Let's not cap about that. That's not flex for the gram. Uh-oh. CAP. Flag on the play. Cap.
What was that? Are you trying to make a song right now?
No, it was cap.
Okay. I honestly don't know how this came about. I'm not going to lie to you.
Me either.
Okay. My team could have reached out to yours. I'm not going to. I don't want to make you look bad.
They had to show me who Bobby was. I thought they were talking about Bobby Boucher.
Never heard of Offset in
The
my
water?
life.
You never heard of Offset? Yo, Bobby, like, you've been known for 3 seconds. Like, it's fucking Offset of the Migos. Stop it.
Yes, you have.
I have not. I Googled you on the way here, and I read something about you.
I had to go on TikTok. I couldn't even Google you.
Thank you.
I had to go TikTok search. I couldn't Google you. Google's not there yet. You're not there yet. But you'll be there.
You'll be there.
But you're on TikTok. What do you do?
Offset been having a win streak in terms of dealing with the media. Salute to that man. I think he did amazing on Kai's stream. Even this little exchange right here was amazing. And I think it made Offset just kind of look like, like, because we actually wanted such an exchange, especially with somebody we like Offset. I'm going to see if I can scan through this interview. I do have, I have so many questions about this woman. I think she has some secret deals. Almost asked at Spotify, I'm like, did y'all sign her? Because Spotify, like, podcasts, like, their main channel or their main Instagram account that usually only promotes the people they're paying start posting her up, and I'm like, huh? That's kind of odd. I don't know. There's so many rumors and like, I like to explain it to y'all because I don't want y'all to think that success like this or women like this just roll the dice and it happen. She has a lot of powerful friends in Hollywood. A lot of powerful friends at, I've heard, an agency. I won't say the agency's name. But I don't know why they picked her to be the woman who's like the face of this. But there's a lot of strings getting pulled for this woman. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. She's as industry planned as you could possibly get. Like, completely industry planned. Like, 100% industry planned. Which, this is their plan from what I've heard. They did some industry plan shit already to get some, like, big names. Right? Favors for favors type shit. Now, because the game is monkey see, monkey do, they're now expecting the organic shit to run in and follow the industry shit that set them off. And the whole goal is to kind of like, just kind of spiral into some organic, like really lit shit. I just think that, I think a lot of what she does is only entertaining if it's culturally, effective. And I think culture is done with her. She pissed off Yachty. Drake don't fuck with her no more. I think it's a wrap. So let me listen to this interview to see what the fuck she was talking about. Also know why people are infuriated with her. Because when it comes to broadcasters, a white girl with limited talent that's fucking, like with all due respect, and I don't mean to like, I feel like I always throw scud missiles at other people when I'm trying to make a point. It's like Just Pearly things getting famous for basically trying to say the same things that Myron is saying. You know what I mean? It's like, bruh, you're just using the fact that you're white and you're taking what somebody else that is colored is doing and you're just doing it in the white girl version. And because you're white, you're hoping that it blows all the way the fuck up, right? Come on. Like, let's be honest, right? Because what she's doing, Funny Marco does a million times better, right? But Funny Marco is a Negro. Nobody wants to look at a nigga with like crocodile skin. Like, I ain't gonna lie, he ain't got the best skin still. Nobody want to look at him. We want to look at like at least a soft-looking, non-threatening white girl. Well, not me per se, but like the majority of the country. So they took his shit, made her do it, and now she's trying to interact with culture, except I think that she's just not that girl. And I think it's been exposed.
Back? You're not going to hear that.
By the way, I also have another hot take as I'm watching this. It's kind of interesting. This is the hot take alert, drill, hot take. I think the art or the hip-hop interview is dead. Okay? And I mean by the hip-hop interview is dead. And we're seeing it from the top level. Whether it's and remember, again, I'm going to still use these other guys who I think are semi-retired. The Kendricks, the Coles, but even Drake. When Cole last came for an interview, who he interviewed with? Some nigga in sports. I don't even know when the last time Kendrick talked to somebody. And Drake, he's going to do an interview that's everything but a straight-up hip-hop interview, right? So we're watching like this era of just look what's going on in the culture. Rappers are chasing, they don't even respect hip-hop media anymore. They're chasing these other forms of trying to get themselves or their personality known, that the majority of them are running to streamers, right? So like, for example, every fucking rapper, I mean, Drake just told Kai, yo, I want to come to the crib and stream with you. Like, Dirk just called him and said, yo, I want to do 48 hours. Offset did 24, I want to do 48. The traditional hip-hop interview where y'all are talking about songs and y'all talking about, you know what I mean, like the things that you would imagine people would care about within the culture, like what questions, if I sat down with Offset today, what would I ask him? Well, first of all, I would love to ask him how, the creative process is probably going to be affected with him and his brothers. I want to ask, I kind of do want to get into that relationship a little bit. Obviously God rest, take off. So, But I want to get into that a little bit, how the music has changed, how he's also kind of like found a new persona and kind of also popped out on some different shit, how he was able to kind of roll as a solo act while, Takeoff, God rest his soul again, was rocking with Offset, not Offset, Quavo. These are all hip hop questions that we could probably, and I want to hear about the legacy of the group. I want to, there's a lot of things. I want to kind of crystallize what the fuck is the Migos, and what the fuck is where you fall into things in today's culture. Them type of interviews is done. Like, these artists don't want to talk about music no more. These artists want to do skits. They want to do sleepovers. They want to do pranks. They don't want to do none of that shit. So this is where, obviously, if we see Offset with Kai, it's entertaining, so we don't give a fuck. But when you see them with Bobby, that's the only time people realize, why the fuck are we watching this, right? Because at that point, it makes it feel disrespectful. Like, y'all are talking, if y'all going to do an interview and y'all talking to this person who's acting the whole time like they're not familiar with you. Like, she was literally acting with Drake. Oh, what hot song do you have? You know what I mean? I think that's where people get, kind of upset. But I just think we're just in this new era. These artists are chasing, or they're hyping up, or they're going towards the podcast that's non-intrusive, non-messy, non-hip-hop, and just kind of random, really to try to attract, if you ask me, mostly a TikTok audience, right? Why would you go on Bobby's podcast? The middle-aged white woman is not going to be checking for the average Offset song, right? Who do I think Bobby's audience would be? I think TikTok kids, and she's a 20-something, I think 20-something, white woman. Those people ain't gonna check your shit out. So I gotta imagine, and again, I'm just thinking demographics, right? Am I tripping? Somebody said, could I blame them? Oh, no, I'm not blaming them. No, of course, I ain't blaming them. I'm not blaming them, but then we're gonna get to the bigger conversation. Is it effective? Is it effective? Is it effective? So, listen, it's all great to go to these things because the music industry has conditioned artists to say, hey, go to the thing with the most numbers. Here's my thing about, is it effective? Let's have this conversation now. Before 21 Savage, right? I think 21 Savage and did Offset beat that? No, I think 21 Savage and Kai has the biggest record for the most people on stream at one time. Before that, it was Blueface. I don't know if y'all remember that. Blueface and Aiden. Now, the reason why I'm saying is it effective is Aiden, Blueface. I don't know if y'all remember this live. This shit had 250,000 people watching on Twitch. Now, here's my thing. That shit affected Blueface's music sales? None. But I am now in the belief that rappers themselves, and even how sometimes these labels, because they have most of these guys in 360 deals, they're not sending these guys to Bobby, Aiden, Kai to sell records. That's not the case. It's to make their brand bigger and appealing to usually a bigger audience that Kai, Speed, Aiden controls. I think these days it's all about selling the brand rather than selling the music. We're in hip hop where we're saying, why ain't there no number one? These niggas are getting more money than ever. But we're talking like hip hop's declining. They ain't been no number one in a year. Well, the majority of these guys ain't promoting music. We're in a time where rappers are promoting everything else but the music. Am I making any sense? Keep in mind, if these streams do so well, okay, there's 250,000 people that watch Blueface, and Blueface couldn't sell 20,000 right now. He couldn't sell 20,000 back then. Offset, 24-hour stream on Kai's stream. They had 100,000 people concurrently the entire time for 24 hours. And his song only has 5 million views in about 2 weeks on Spotify, right? And it didn't make the billboards. But let's do some math. So again, what I'm trying to say is that I believe these artists, but also these labels, they're going towards the Bobbies of the world and these, these TikTok people or even streamers, but I don't think they're trying to sell music. Do you get what I mean? I think these days, the goal isn't to sell music, it's just to increase the brand. Maybe it's for the live show. Maybe it's because now, shit, I ain't gonna lie. You know what happened right after Offset came from the VMAs beefing with Big Zoo and them, then went to Kai's crib? Offset partnered with some people and dropped like merch. That probably went crazy. The song probably didn't go that crazy, right? But you know what went crazy? The clothes he been wearing, like everybody commented that. Like, so Offset, Kai Cenat. People were like, yo, he's been wearing the same shit for 3 days. They were saying he was wearing the same shit for 3 days, right? So apparently, this little, I don't even know what, like, apparently, and look on the hat. Design. I think music is at the place where people are like, fuck the music. Let's utilize this internet, build your brand up. By the way, they did a merch drop. I'm wondering how much that made. Fuck the music. How much did the merch drop make? You get what I mean? Somebody says Denim Tears. Whoa. Listen, I know. Apparently, from what I'm told, I could be wrong. I know. I think that's the major brand. I think this is a collab. You get what I mean? This, like, I don't think before Offset came with this, that this was, at least that's what I was told. I could be wrong. Apparently, Offset and them had a special drop too. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Like obviously, I know the Denim Tear shit. I get it. But there was a special collab that had Offset in the middle of it, right? Somebody said he designed it. Okay, so all right, yeah, bro, I understand what the fuck this is. I'm just trying to break down the business. I'm trying to tell you, this shit probably racked it up more for the clothing collab than for his music. So what does it tell me? It tells me that if I'm going on Kai's stream, of course you want to have some music there, but it's kind of showing where, by the way, I remember I was laughing at Blueface for it before, but he's almost kind of sound like he's being right more and more. These days, as an artist, you have to start just selling a brand, not just music, because people ain't buying music. It's too hard for people to buy music. So what these artists are doing, yeah, I got a song out, but also I got an exclusive merch drop with blah, 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 blah. I'm going to wear this the whole time I'm on here, right? And shit, I might shout out like some other shit that, hey, it is what it is. Somebody says rappers don't do interview because of the question. That's not true. That's the biggest misconception I've seen. That people think that rappers don't do interviews because they don't want to ask tough questions. Let me tell you the truth. Rappers go to the numbers. Rappers are controlled usually by their reps, their labels, and they go usually to where the numbers are. When the Breakfast Club was in its prime, every fucking rapper, obviously with the exception of like, Drake, every rapper ran up there. These days, if they feel the clout is at Full Send Podcast, everybody's at Full Send Podcast. If they feel it's with Wallow and Gilly, they're going to Wallow and Gilly. It's not about the questions. It's about where they feel that they could come in and add a little bit of their presence, but then extract a lot of value. And here's the thing. With streamers, they have, like, for example, you're going to start seeing streamers with this Neon dude, right? He's on Kick. 100,000 people with him. You're going to start seeing rappers hang with him. Guaranteed. You know why? Fuck. If he got 100,000 people with him, I want 100,000 people to look at me too. Shit, they might buy my music. They might buy my merch. Shit, they might just follow me on Instagram. These days, I'm trying to tell you that rappers have given up on selling music. These days, what they're doing that's more important is selling a brand. This collab could have netted Offset millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. Free promo. He probably gets a bigger percentage from that fucking deal with the collab with Denim Tears than maybe his music's making. I'm being honest with you. Because y'all can't tell me, tell me what rapper that you believe has seen the numbers translate from them being on a stream to their music selling. And you can't say Lil Baby because Lil Baby was on Kai's stream. Lil Baby his shit was going to sell regardless because it was the follow-up album to My Turn. Like the way how Offset was on a run this week, bro, it's crazy. Like I know, well, Nicki don't like him or Nicki don't like him and his wife, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I was shocked that his song didn't chart. I was shocked, bro. The nigga was cooking on Kai's stream. He looked mad cool, violating Big Zoo in him. Like he's been having a W week, all over everywhere. The most lit nigga everywhere. I would think he dropped a song that week. Of course it's gonna chart. It didn't chart? What? Does that not ring a bell to y'all? Does that not ring a bell to y'all? Somebody says that song wasn't good. If it was good, it was charted. Rap Girl T-Block, salute you, by the way. I'm guessing you got your thing going on. Salute you. But here's the thing. We see whack songs chart all the time. Because when the industry want a song to chart, they just spend the money. They spend the money on the right entities and the shit charts. Whack songs chart all the time. What I'm saying is that when I seen that Offset song didn't chart, I said, what the fuck? Somebody say got to get back with Quavo. He's been charted without Quavo. I just thought that was interesting. So, chat, what I'm doing is I'm going to be watching and monitoring the effect. And, you know, I'm a marketing guy. Like, you know, I always tell all these little labels and shit. Listen, this is why y'all come back to Brinch Trup and give the big money to Big Act, okay? Because I'm going to teach y'all how to really promote artists if y'all care about music, right? I can't tell you how to promote Denim Tears, okay? Denim Tears, go on Kai Stream. But if you want to promote a song, I try to make sure I'm always up on the pulse on how the fuck do you get this song promoted. And it was just alarming to me that this song didn't make it on the top 100 because I'm going to be honest with you, like, you know, Offset's a big artist, but like if Nicki or Cardi drops a song, they do 2 Instagram lives, they tell all their fans to buy it, and then that shit's still in top 20, right? Drake drops a song, he don't even do a music video, this shit's number 1. So for certain artists, they get their fans to buy the music or support the music, but for certain artists, I'm monitoring that. Okay. Somebody said, did Cardi B and Offset collab song chart? Yeah, I think it did. Anything with Cardi B charts. Anything. Cardi B, Offset. What was it called? Jealousy? All right, here we go. I know it definitely charted. Yeah, it charted on the Billboard Hot 100 at 55. Wow, kind of a little bit lower. Kind of lower than I thought it would. Because I think they were like, you know, in the media for like beefing with each other a little bit, or they were kind of like, you know, some little spicy shit. So they got on a song together on some Blueface and Krishan shit in terms of playing into the storyline. And it only went to 55. All right, that's, I don't know. Whose song was it? Was it both of theirs or was it Offset's song? That's interesting. All right. Again, we're going to be monitoring how because we're going to be seeing this constantly. We got to monitor how these new tactics by artists are helping music sales. Like, obviously, these days, the mandate from all labels, they tell artists, listen, we're going to hire a TikTok person to create a dance. All you got to do is do the dance with them, okay? Or do a version of the dance, and we're going to upload it, and then we're going to tell all your fans that you did it, and then they'll do it, and then it'll get in the algorithm of TikTok. It'll blow up. We'll start a challenge. We'll pay some money to hype it up, and by the time it's like this huge thing, it's going to translate to Instagram. It's going to translate to X, and then we're going up. That's their plan for everything right now. Somebody said Megan Cardi peaked at 14 with their latest hit. Yeah, I seen that too. I think that was good. That was good. Stop 20. All right, cool. I think I'm done with this. I think I'm done with this, right? Yeah. Cool.